Hello, welcome to a new Teach MC video. Sorry, it's been a while, but as you see I'm playing on controller. I just got a controller. Without further ado, episode 1 on secret bases can officially begin. So as you can see, let me just as you see, we are inside of a snow biome, which is going to be very important, the fact that we're in a snow biome, because you could build a secret base in a lot of places here. For example, just watch this. Building. You could, of course, use ladders or like dig down a different way, but okay. This right here is my secret base. Be very, very nice. Pretend I have ladders. So the point of this is pretty simple, you see. If you have dirt and you're in a snow biome, you could literally just do this. Just cover, just cover it up, and then you wait for it to snow. But we don't have time for that, so we'll make it snow, and slowly but surely, if it snows, it will get covered up. Another thing you could do is with snowballs. If we just grab some snowballs right now, a lot of snowballs. If we just grab a bunch of snowballs, and we go to our inventory, you can craft from snowballs if you have a crafting table. So let's grab a crafting table right here. Crafting table. E. Oh, we don't even need. See, it gets covered up. However, what I'm showing you is you just click this. You can craft snow block. Wait, can you also craft snow layers or? Oh, okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna craft a bunch of snow blocks. Because you could just obviously just buy enough snow and get snowballs. Then with these blocks, you're gonna craft just snow layers, and then you'll cover it up. You're gonna want to do this by a place where there's a landmark, and leave it as no signs as you've been there. And that's one pretty simple secret base entrance. Now, one for a tiny bit in the later game is there's many ways you could enter this. So let me just pull up some of them. Um, the first way, and I'll show you what it is in a second, is with this or this. And the other thing is just going to be the best way to do this would probably be a fire resistance potion. If you think you understand what I'm saying, just watch this. Just take your just take your pot and splash it, and you give yourself fire resistance. You could go into lava. So what you're gonna do now is when you're in the lava, you're gonna mine. You're gonna mine these blocks. Mine blocks. Mine blocks. Mine blocks. Then, very important, you're gonna get signs. You need signs that we'll just use warp. E. Why do we need signs? It's pretty genius, actually. Because if I just, excuse me, place place this here, I mean, just place, 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 place. What happens is you just have to jump into the pit, you'll burn, but then you'll get here. you could also make this deeper. The reason for the fire resistance of this is if you just to jump in if you make it deeper. So, however, what you have to do next immediately is you need to get you have to make an infinite water source. So right now we'll just grab some of this and quick. We just create an infinite water source that you fall into. Then, right after the infinite water source that you made, you're gonna place this. Not break. You're gonna place so E. You're going to then just you're going to just place these signs. You could have obviously do it a lot skinnier. I'm just doing this as a bigger way as an example. And then after these signs, you're gonna mine down a block. If you do that correctly, there you go. You're right here, and boom, now you're in a secret base. Obviously, you'll still have to shift, but even you don't even have to. You can just hide chests here, or even directly under the lava. You could really just very simply just place a bunch of chests. A tip you're gonna want to do for a good base, probably mine down, meaning you can make the water go down a lot more. However, we have other things to do. Of course, you could use redstone, but we've already discussed redstone in a past video. So instead of going into redstone, we are going to do some other strategies. Because, for example, if we just do slash, if we have a diamond axe, if we have a iron axe, and we go over to a tree, and we are in survival mode, and then go into survival. This is a perfect way to hide it. This would actually probably best not to do here. So, slash TP. So instead, we're just going to do slash TP 200, 75 and 222. We'll just teleport ourselves. Oh my god, that was perfect luck. These are the types of trees you want to do it with. So what you're going to do is go to any of these types of trees. Whether not spruce because of the leaves, whether it is just like oak or technically acacia. You can do it also with the long spruce. So what you're going to do is you're just going to mine these blocks. And this is where there's going to be a secret entrance to your base. You're going to mine a secret entrance to your base and use ladders to get up and out. And then you're just going to always replace it. Leave no signs of activity that you're ever there. You can just mine there and boom, you're in. Another thing you can do is, let's just mine this. They're just gonna, another thing you can do to be a lot more sneaky here is there's a lot of different ways you can do what I'm about to do. If we get a minecart and rails, and we also give ourselves a minecart, And then we just go right here. Place the minecart here. Place the minecart on it. Mine down here. Hang on, I have to go into creative slash. Then we just head into creative so I can show you. Because I'm gonna have to place blocks because I'm not gonna have ladders here, so it's just easier for me to fly out. And then if I just place these blocks here, all you have to do is mine that with your axe, mine that with your axe. Click that, place that. Right here, right this. Let me see. And then it's open to this is right. We're gonna take our so you're coming out, cover this up. Minus 3. Click here. Forest. Remember. Forest is not right. And now, I need to drag this on here like that. Flash. Okay. However, you're able to leave your minecart. If you're able to leave your minecart and you're not stuck, like I am, you'll be able to do that. Click in, click out. You'll have to replace the minecart, but that will work. Okay. Another way and thing you can do that is pretty smart is, well, if you're caving, like this, slash, if you're gaming like this, let's say I'm in the middle of a cave right now. I'm caving. Okay, ready, guys? Who wants to go caving? What is my right side? It doesn't make no sense. Hey, chest. Wait, what the hell? What is right? Oh my god. Spectator mode makes no sense. Okay, you know what? Slash. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is that we go into creative and get our creative inventory back and go and just grab us an elytra. Yay, elytra! And we grab us an elytra. Light. And I'll explain why in a minute. And we need a trapdoor. And we need fireworks. And we need water. Because if we find a cave right now, if we locate a cave, oh, we already have one. Oh, of course. If we locate a cave really fast, right here. And this cave doesn't go down to bedrock. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to explore until we find a cave that's pretty deep. And we'll be back after that. Oh, okay. Oh, I figured out what RS is. I had to leave the minecart. That's embarrassing. Anywho, cave, cave, cave. Yay, we found a cave. Let's go. Okay, we found a cave. Lucky us. Yay, we found a cave. Okay. But I'm. Oh my god. This is a nice cave. This is a nice cave. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down pretty deep. Like, what's our Y level right now? Our Y level right now is -39. We're gonna go down to about 50, about Y level, until our Y level is about 50. Uh, if we can, it appears we might not be able to do that here. But even if we can't, 50 is just an advisable number. It doesn't have to be 50. You're gonna find, oh, tough is actually a perfect block for this. Why is that? Because tough, if you break it and replace it, if you can, boom, look at that, close that. You're gonna mine that and replace it with a block of. And then we grab a block of tough, which you would have from you because you were mining, and then we just place this block of tough. There you go. And just be more careful. You'll have to do this a couple times to find the right location. But if you, and you literally also just to find the right location, crawl mine for a while until you're at a distance you'd like, and then just you could create more entrances. This is just the reason I said water is because if you just place water right above your head, you could swim. If you had an empty bucket, you could block it, or you could block it up, and that is a one way to do to build inside of the wall. That's just a couple of ways, and those are the ways I actually happen to use the most. So, what I'm going to say to you is thank you for watching and see you next time. Peace.